The following podcast contains coarse language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh man, I'm hungry over here. Regan, I'm gonna order some Uber Eats. I'm gonna get maybe like a meatball sub. Do you want anything?
Tommy, give me 2.
Picture this, Regan. Picture this in your mind brain, if you will. We're rewinding back to the year 1991, where we've actually previously been with the least English-sounding Robin Hood in A Prince of Thieves. Beauty and the Beast becomes the first animated picture nominated for Best Picture, giving animated features some Oscar-friendly nominations at last. The Addams Family arrives into cinemas, introducing the world to a new type of Wednesday, but not the one who's all over TikTok these days. Different generation. Sega releases Sonic the Hedgehog, introducing the new blue Mario that everybody loves, and it has a speed problem. The latest in shock culture premieres, introducing the world to the most eccentric host of all time, and everyone screaming, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Metallica released the Black Album, and Enter Sandman ensures bedtime is considerably less relaxing for everybody in the house. And somewhere, Regan, somewhere out there, Keanu Reeves is young, dumb, and full of cum, trying to capture the only corrupt presidents of the United States in Point Break, my friend. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to be talking about the Point Breaks.
And I'm so happy I could get young, dumb, and full of cum in so early.
Yes, I know. We've ticked it off. Whatever happens the rest of the show, it's all good.
We'll probably say that a few times. That was probably my favorite line in the film.
Well, I did mine at the opening, in the opening gag. Like,
give me 2, bruh.
It's just the insistence of it. Like he's reading the paper, and then he sticks his head out the window. Utah, get me 2. Like, and then he comes back and he's got the 2, and he's like, I should have got you to get me 3 of these. I could eat the arse end out of a dead rhino. Like what?
And he also got him a lemonade. But I have a problem with that exact scene, and we will get to it, Regan. But first,
excellent.
On with the show.
On with the show. People jumping out of fucking planes and shit.
Special Agent John, Utah, day number 1 in L.A. Welcome aboard.
You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero?
Definitely.
That's Bodhi. They call him the Bodhisattva.
If you want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price.
Short trust tomorrow. Next day outside the latest.
Everything moves in cycles, so twice a century, the ocean lets us know just how small we really are.
Regan, why are we returning to Point Break?
I just felt like watching it for the 3rd time this year.
We don't need a reason to return to Point Break.
No, we don't. We're here, and it's what's happening.
I'm very excited to talk to you about this. I think we have quite different experience of this film, but I have to ask you before we start, Regan. Have you ever fired a gun in the air and gone, ah?
No, I've never fired a gun.
My favorite line
if I did, I would fucking void my bowels. Are you kidding me? If I saw a gun, if I see a picture of a gun, I sometimes feel a little bit unnerved.
Sometimes on screen when I'm watching a 90s movie, I get a little tickle down the side. Tickle, tinkle, same thing.
Hang on. No, they're not the same thing. Actually, they're 2 very different things. One of them is you urinating, and the other one is you getting a semi. Okay, so make up your mind.
They can be the same. ¿Por qué no los dos?
Whatever you're into.
But you see them more and more at airports these days, and I'm like, that's a little bit scary.
Yeah, that's a strange world out there.
Desensification.
But, certainly not like 1991.
Yeah, I mean, 1991 was a very different time. So did you have this on the hearse, DVD?
Fuck, man. I had this on taped off the telly, had it on DVD. I had an older sister who was like watching cool teenager shit when I was like 10. So it was this.
A ninja, apparently.
Clerks and Mallrats. She's also cool. A ninja.
Why is she not here instead of you? She's way cooler.
Speed, the other one. She's got a fucking life and children. She's going, well, that was the thing I was thinking, actually. It was so funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'll come to that point about what am I doing. But the like, I don't know. I don't remember not having Keanu as kind of this, because if you think about him, he's had this weird kind of 3 career leaps, really. Yeah. He went from being, Bill and
Ted. As you may say.
What's that, sorry?
Arcs, as you may even say.
Yeah. He was Bill and Ted kind of, goofy kid, California sort of thing. And then all of a sudden he becomes an action star with this and Speed. And then he starts doing like rom-coms and there's a bit of a drop-off. And then The Matrix happens. But then after The Matrix, changes. It was, everything changes for him and for cinema. But then after those films end, it's kind of like there's this strange like void period and then John Wick.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually categorize action movies. I think we've talked about this on the show before. I actually categorize, Western action movies. Let me procreate. Between pre The Matrix and post The Matrix.
Yes.
Because it felt like The Matrix brought so many Eastern ideologies. I can't speak to apparently. To Western cinema, or at least they were stolen in many ways, which I don't know if when we get to watching The Matrix for this show, we will definitely talk about. But it just became something different. Like I remember I watched Blade 2 for some reason recently. And in my brain, or even Blade 1, remember that being like amazing sword fighting and everything was like, ugh. Whereas I watch it back and it's just 2 dudes like ching, ching, click, 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 click. And I'm like, that's not what I remember. But then after The Matrix, everything becomes choreographed and it becomes insane. And Keanu is a huge part of that.
Yeah, and this does that too. Like the entire character of Bodhi, like Swayze's character, is his name's Bodhi, and they call him the Bodhisattva. That means personal Buddha or like personal God, someone who has like found enlightenment. And his sort of talk about, especially when like they're at the beach and they get that punch on with fucking those dudes.
Anthony Kiedis for some reason.
What? Sorry.
Anthony Kiedis for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're having a bad day when a quarter of... What, sorry?
You get beaten up by a quarter of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Exactly, yeah. Like, that's pretty rough. And it was only the one of them, too. That would be a waste of time. Like, what the fuck is he doing? Anthony, bring it back a level, mate.
Yeah, slow down.
I know you're on a
We've talked about
lot
speed
of
so
cocaine.
far.
I know it's the 90s. Californication's a few years away yet. Just relax. It's like that. His whole ethos, Brody's whole ethos about, being against the system and all that stuff, like it makes a lot of sense.
I have miscellaneous notes about that. We'll come back to it. I think my experience of this film was quite different to yours and not actually dissimilar to how we talked last time about Super Troopers. I didn't actually watch this until I was well into my university career. And I think the travesty of this film is that I watched this after I'd seen The Fast and the Furious, which at the time I had thoroughly enjoyed. And I felt this was a worse version of that at the time. I was like, what are we doing here? This is nothing on fast cars and Vin Diesel busting out of a shirt bin and egghead.
You said that you sent me that message in the chat the other night when you were rewatching it, and you said, this is just like Fast and the Furious with surfing. And my reply was, no, I think what you meant to say is that Fast and the Furious is Point Break with cars, okay? And this is influential beyond that as well.
Yeah.
This movie comes out before Heat.
Yeah.
Right? It comes
95.
out before Fast and the Furious. Like, it's got this kind of, before The Town, it was the progenitor of this kind of action movie,
And it has blueprints all over the place. Now, I think we're in a perfect time to start talking about a reviewer wine.
Absolutely.
Start discussing this movie. So you said you had it on DVD and Verhees. But did you ever see it in cinemas?
No, it would have been too young, I reckon. Yeah. And I don't recall it playing anywhere. But again,
I don't either.
Early 90s, I wasn't sort of going to the cinema as regularly as I am now.
Yeah.
But the thing that struck me last night, and this is the third time I've watched it this year.
Wow.
And
this is the third time I've watched it.
I'm fucking fine with it. It's like top 3 best action movies of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Straight action.
My nostalgia for this, like I say, is limited. But there are 2 things that jumped out at me while I was watching it. I remember viscerally thinking while I was watching this. And one of them was that thing about the Fast and Furious, which I must say in a modern rewatch, I disagree with myself. I just made a bad call. I was young and dumb and full of cum. I told you it'd come back. But the other one was what you were talking about before, just how incredible looking Keanu Reeves is at all times. He is like flawless. And I was like the first, I mean, so memeable as well. Like all the way through, like so memeable. But I was just like, how do you get away with that? Like, how do they allow that gene pool to happen?
Well, there's an awful lot of hot people in this movie, isn't there? Fucking hell. Like,
he's
Keanu at the
best.
firing range.
You talking about Gary Busey?
Mercy. Gary Busey. He is fucking amazing. He's so good in this. Like, I reckon he's excellent. Some quarterback punk.
I got no idea what a blind man fetching bricks from the bottom of the pool has got to do with being a special agent.
2 bricks coming up.
That never comes back around, by the way, the brick thing. I thought that was going to like come back later in the film. And,
you thought it was a Chekhov's brick?
Yeah, I did. I was like, it's a circle. Maybe Gary Busey has to go and save him or something and has to go underwater. You know what I mean? Like something stupid has to happen. But no, I was like, oh, so they're just going to leave that?
Yeah, no, Busey's just really good at like, you know, getting into trouble more than anything.
You've used the words a couple of times about like how hammy people are and chewing scenery. Like he fucking chews scenery in this, but you can't. I mean, it can't get past his front teeth. Like he's really in this film.
Yeah, and I think Gary Busey's an excellent actor. He's just kind of went a bit nuts, like as people do in Hollywood. You know, when they get into drugs and other things or whatever he was into. I don't know, but the funny thing about this as well, I sent it to you last night. I watched this like early this morning. I started at after midnight because I knew that I had to watch it for the show, and I was checking like memories on Facebook. You just check in, see what's up.
Because you're a boomer.
6 years ago to the day, me and my business partner screened it during COVID, we started a film club with everybody and we would watch a movie on Zoom. And this was the first one we did. And it was 6 years to the day, 2020.
Bruh, that's totally rad.
It's via con Dios, man. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Sorry, all my Spanish friends out there.
I did actually write that down. That is one of the most like quotable lines in this film. There are so many like good ones, like Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll. It's not tragic to die doing what you love. Like there's so many bits that I sat there going like, how did I not rate this?
Well, that's Chekhov's huge wave. That line there.
Big time.
And I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No.
His dedication, like that scene is one of my favorite scenes when they're all at the beach and they're talking about, your balls are this big, man.
So what's the biggest? Waimea?
Ridden?
Yeah.
Kaha. Gain a point. Bells Beach, Australia.
Love an Australia reference, by the way. Love an Australia reference, by the way. Just bringing it in, chucking Bells Beach in there.
We'll come back to that because the accents that are going on in this film are borderline racist. Like,
I mean, when at the end when Utah arrives and he's got the radio on and it's talking about the swells, I was like, ooh,
fuck off.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that.
And the cop on the beach, we'll get him when he comes back in.
We'll get him when he comes back in.
Like, that's not, what are you talking about? Are you from the Bronx? Like, that's, no.
It was clearly an American actor pretending to be Australian, without question.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of, that scene, and Bodhi's a total believer. He's like, I know it's real. It's absolutely real. And Laurie Petty's character, Tyler's like, big wave riding is for macho assholes with a death wish. Like it's totally, and even when they have the football game on the beach and he sacks Keanu and then he goes after him and gets him into the water, that's Keanu foreshadowing being caught, and the entire end of the film. So
it's great. It's fabulous. So what is a Ute drew you to this film specifically? Like what made you go like, hell yeah, this is it for me?
Well, it's so masculine and there's so much, it's such a like Catherine Bigelow is such a great director.
I was waiting for her to come up. She's awesome.
Oh man. And she has this kind of viscerality in her films and this kind of propulsiveness. Like particularly in action, like it's very aggressive. You think of her other films, Strange Days, Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, like they're very, I don't know. It's a really strong voice, particularly for action. Like the chase sequence that kind of starts with Bodhi torching the car.
Yeah,
it's one of the best chase sequences in cinema history.
And I think one thing that stands out, and this must be at least a little bit down to the direction as much as the writing, but like Brody's like so I would say, unconventional as a villain for this type of film. Like, he's charismatic, he's philosophical. Like, he actually seems to genuinely get along with Utah during the film.
Oh, they're bros.
Yeah, right. And you feel that. And like at the end when he, like he realizes he's part of the FBI, it's just so visceral. His change in persona towards him. And that's really great direction. So like, obviously the acting's good and the writing's clearly great, but like to make sure that lands all the way through, like that's right down to her.
And it's also casting. Like this was cast really well.
Definitely.
Like who's that? Keanu and Swayze are billed at the same time. Their names go over the top of each other in the credits. Pretty impressive.
They spend a lot of time almost kissing in this film.
They do. There is kind of a bromance component, obviously, through the spiritual and through the surfing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, who was the biggest star at the time? Swayze had Dirty Dancing, Roadhouse. They actually say at one point when he's trailing him, when he when Keanu figures it out, and he's like, I followed him all day. He went to Patrick's Roadhouse. I've never heard that line before.
Did he? There you go.
Went to Tower Records, got some CDs, got his balls sucked by some hot, like, surfer hippie chick. Maybe the one who tried to kill everybody in that fucking raid.
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
You've skipped ahead. That's the person I was going to say you are in this film.
I'm the crazy naked woman.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're quiet and unassuming until you get scared, and then you all start stabbing.
Wait, well, look, if I'm in the shower and you start shooting guns at me, I'm going to fucking,
Too fucking right.
It's going to make it happen.
Too fucking right you are. I really like Brian's arc in this, which I find, and I keep referring to...
I'm sorry? Who?
Brian.
So
I'm about to talk about. I really like Utah's arc in this, and comparing him to a Brian from like The Fast and the Furious.
Sure.
It feels more believable to me because so the reason why thinking about it is now, I watched that Utah character, this is his life. He has put himself to be an FBI agent. You don't just fall in love with a girl and stop wanting to be that and that no longer being your dream. So the fact that he manages, he's a terrible FBI agent, but the fact he manages to keep to his principles in some respects, I was like, that's way more believable than Brian in Fast and Furious just going you know what? Nah, I don't really want to be a cop anymore. I'm just going to fucking let this guy go.
I'm just going to work for the bank robbers or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
I
steal some car
agree.
Stereos.
But it's also maximalist. It all happens in a really, really short period of time. Like the introduction to Lori Petty in the beach as Tyler, and my name's Johnny, Utah.
Who cares?
One of the sexiest scenes ever is her changing at the car, underneath the towel.
Oh.
She's changing while but underneath the towel. And so
that's sexy.
It's incredibly sexy, because it's just so normal.
I have a counterpoint, and I remember thinking this at the time. I remember because that was when I was a young, dumb and full of cum. Tommy, I can stop saying that. Me at 18, 19, whenever I watched this film, that is my spot on type. Punky hair. Maybe even a different color,
tank
super
girl.
Cute. Yeah, 100% tank girl, right? Or Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. That's it, right there.
Dude,
but I remember.
Chicks. Does everybody hear that? Send pics now, everybody. Who thinks Tommy's a fucking dish? Because he clearly is.
I remember the moment she opened her mouth, and her voice came out, going what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
That voice does not match what you're seeing on screen.
Not particularly, no.
But there's so much charisma in this film. Everyone's great. Anthony Kiedis is there for some reason. There's just a lot that's to like about this, especially, and it's cool that you sort of fell in love with it young. But what's your favorite scene in this? There's
two. I think it's probably the chase sequence.
No, you've got to say one or the other.
From that, no, it's my show too, motherfuck.
Damn it.
For two for different reasons. It's really interesting because when he realizes they're them, and then later on they're watching the bank, and the guys come out, they know now that he is an FBI agent, and he knows they're the bank robbers. And so there's this beautiful tension for that whole scene where it's they're still masked, but you're getting that information.
Yeah.
And then you get to that final moment where they're looking at each other and they both know. But then later on, they kind of play it as if it didn't happen.
Well, and I've got two things about that, and it's a great scene. That is actually my favorite. That's actually my favorite scene in the film. There's two things about that I was thinking about while you were saying it. There's the that tension between them as they both know is like, it's more than that. It's the sort of like changing of a dynamic. And I don't think they don't, my perspective watching back this time wasn't that they weren't playing it as if they don't both know. It was just a butt of egos saying which one's going to say it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And I really like that. I really like thinking about it like that because obviously they both know. Obviously they both have that moment where they look in each other's eyes and I was just like, kiss. But they were too far away. They were just too far away.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. That is one of the best scenes. And that's also another Chekhov's bad knee. I like that came around. I mean, way too many times. That was like 4 times you saw that knee go. I'm like, he needs a new fucking knee.
You wouldn't be allowed in the FBI. Like if you got kicked out of playing like pro ball because you had a knee injury, right. I don't think you'd be able to pass the physical, would you?
I don't know. I mean,
he does peel the skin off chicken though. So.
Exactly. That's a good point. It's interesting. He's I love that character. I'm just going to leave it as that. Dr. Cox is one of my all-time favorite characters.
Yeah, he's great.
Let me tell you what you've produced. Over the last 2 weeks, you two have produced exactly squat.
Fabulous. And you had a second one that was a favorite of yours.
Oh, I just love where they take him up and they jump out of the plane. And that's real people, being filmed jumping out of a plane. All the surfing stuff is like incredibly well shot. But where he jumps out and they're like, how do you feel, John? He's like, fucking amazing. Like, even though all this is going on, you can't deny what the experience is.
There's a really interesting piece of trivia about that, which is obviously like, and this sort of like leans into the fast forward rewind, which we like to talk about. I didn't fast forward in this film because I was enjoying it so much. But one of the things that I did rewind a couple of times and I had to look at the trivia for afterwards was that Patrick Swayze actually does some of the skydiving himself. Like he was apparently a bit of an adrenaline junkie and did a ton of dives around the set and at the time as well. So like, lovely bit of trivia. R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. That a lot of the shots of Brody after jumping out of the plane, that's not his stunt double. That's actually him. I'm like, that's so interesting.
There's that great shot where, like at the end, where he jumps out and it's him and he's looking directly into camera and then he just jumps.
Yeah,
and the camera watches him go. It's not fucking deep faked. He's not face replacemented. Not
in 1991. It wasn't. Jesus, that would have
absolutely not. Like there is no visual effects in this. Like when he lights the petrol pump on fire, that's a fucking petrol pump on fire or a prop one. Like really, that's what I'm talking about. Viscerality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me, totally.
Like you're talking about that Swayze doing all that stuff. How the fuck did they I know they shot day for night for that surfing scene at night, which is, you can tell by the way that the light looks, but how are the close-ups of Swayze like on a wave, like, and he looks into camera and he's like, yeah, like how are you shooting that? I can't, is there a camera person on a board? Like,
I was going to say there must be a camera person out there. That's the only thing I can think of. Like,
and he's on a wave?
It's not fucking drones, is it, at this point? Like, it's not. So
no, there's no drones. It couldn't be on a pontoon or a boat or anything because you're in the waves. Like,
right.
I can't figure it out.
Right. I really settled into this as a modern rewatch. I know I haven't really asked you if you rewound or fast forward anything from this film.
I mean, I can't.
Except for the
don't like the close up of Anthony Kiedis' fucking foot getting turned into roast beef. Like, no, that's messed up.
It's very quick though. It just happens and goes.
It's his reaction that does it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, like, he's not bad in this. It's just weird seeing, and like I the whole time was like, is that Red Hot Chili Peppers? Like, what the fuck's going on?
I guarantee if you look at Catherine Bigelow's filmography, she's shot Red Hot Chili Peppers music
almost
video.
Certainly. I thought you were going to say if you look at her dating history, there's probably a Red Hot Chili Pepper in there somewhere.
There might be a Red Hot Chili Pepper. I don't know. James Cameron was with her at this time, and he clearly did work on the script and is a producer. And
he is. And I was thinking that, and that was one of my questions I was going to say to you. Can you imagine a version of this directed? I can't read that question too often. Directed by James Cameron, where it's actually just about they all hate women.
Yeah, and it would also be he doesn't. He's not remorseful at all.
Not in the slightest.
Because it is absolutely fucked up that you, under any circumstances, that Utah uses Tyler's dead parents to get in. Because then he ends up fucking her as well. That's really messed up. Like, that should be, but you end up liking him. If it was directed by James Cameron, he would still do that, but he wouldn't feel remorse at all. He'd be like, whatever, bitch. I did one away.
And then he'd probably kill her at the end of the film anyway.
And the film would be like 2 hours longer. And there'd be blue fucks in
it. They'd be under the waves. They'd be fucking creating technology to film under the surf. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be a weird film,
wouldn't it?
I think as a modern rewatch though, like having watched it, this, like I said, this is either only the second or third time I think I've ever seen this film. Genuinely, like I'm not. It's not a film that I've really gone back to that many times, but I really settled in. Like I said, like. Some of the giant suits were fantastic. I love the 90s suits. Dr. Cox, ranting and being angry. I don't know his name is in this, but he's Dr. Cox to me.
He's their boss.
He was their boss. It's fantastic. It's perfect 90s action. And I've got some things I want to talk about that and why I think this works over some of the other trash that came out in the 90s. But like, I mentioned it to you before. What the fuck is going on with Patrick Swayze's facial hair? Deadly seriously, like what is that about?
Now that you say it, I think maybe he would have been in his 30s. He was probably going a bit grey like me, and he was like, I don't want to look like a Labrador. I want to look like...
Wait, you're in your 30s?
Nah, fuck you in the hole. All your holes, mate. Get fucked. I don't care. I'm aging gracefully as. Hey, Dre said it when I came on the show one time. He's like, you're over 40. You're aging like fine wine. And I'll take that from that Adonis.
Yeah, but Dre's an old flirt. Don't listen to anything he says. He's just trying to get in your pants. He just wants a bit of
try
Regan.
that hard, mate. He is a fucking dish.
He's a good
best looking podcast on the internet, you guys. My goodness.
I mean, this is pretty close. This isn't doing too badly.
Right.
Yeah, it gave me like Thor vibes, where he's dyeing his eyebrows for Chris Hemsworth is dyeing his eyebrows for the filming. It just didn't, and it actually took me out a little bit. I was watching it and I was a bit like that. And because it wasn't a beard, it was sort of like, what it looked like? It looked like he'd grown his beard out, dyed it, trimmed it really tight here, but left like a little fucking goatee that's a little bit longer. And I was like, every time he was on screen, I was like,
it was really distracting, was it?
Why the Van Dyke? What's happening?
Poor Swayze, just out there trying to look young and vital next to fucking Keanu Reeves'
He didn't
dish.
need to. He's a good-looking dude. He could have just got rid of it all. I didn't need him to dye his beard for some weird fucking reason.
When him and Keanu they've had that punch on, like I said, where you have to fight 15% of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they win, and they sort of walking back to the cars, and it's got that long lens, and he's like,
They only live to get radical. They don't have any real understanding of the sea, so they'll never get the spiritual side of it.
When those two dudes are walking with each other, I was like, well, fuck, that's one of the hottest things that's ever happened ever. And I don't just mean in movies. Like, that is incredible.
I've told you this before. I'm not sure I've done this podcast, but whenever there is a scene in any film or any TV show, and there's like two characters who are a bit too close, or, they're doing stuff like that, I will always turn to my partner when she's in the middle of like zone, and I'll be like, kiss. And she just freaks out every time. She's like, shut up. And sometimes it happens.
Fuck you, why did I take this ring?
She was watching a TV show the other day, and it was called something Hunter's Wives on Netflix. And I was like joking. I was like, there is way too much sexual chemistry between those two in this show. And it was like the main female character and the second main female character. And I was joking. I was like, kiss. And there was all these lesbian scenes. I was like, holy shit, this is the bomb. I'm like, Kat, you can watch whatever you want. This is all me.
I don't think that was I think you manifested that. I don't think that was in the script at all. I think you made it happen.
Yeah, they changed it on the fly just because I was going, kiss.
Incredible. It's incredible. Usually, like, come to my house and we'll watch some movies where we would want that to happen and it doesn't.
Yeah. Damn it, if only if it would. You talked about Catherine Bigelow before, and I was like, modern rewatch, I like to have a look and see what's going on and get more of a feel for it. And I hadn't really even thought about, her direction in this, but this should, like I said before, this should be like really disposable 90s trash, really. Honestly, like it should be, like it's right in that fucking zone. But I feel like the way she fuses genres, the way she keeps it, it's incredibly earnest in a lot of the performances, even though it's like, yeah, bro, and you're seriously, all this crap. The way she keeps it earnest underneath all of that, it gives it a vibrance that probably it doesn't, it outstrips what it deserves, this film. Like, it outstrips the fundamentals of it.
The conceit is pretty, like, surfers who like, there's a funny version of this where they're ninjas as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's surf ninjas who rob banks. It's kind of already happened. But I think, but it's also, it's a great character piece. Everybody's really well drawn. Even Bodhi's crew, like at the end where they finally have a sit around the fireplace after they find out, that Keanu is actually an FBI agent, and they're sitting around the fire, and he's like, look, he's an FBI agent. We shouldn't do this last bank. Like, that's ridiculous. I am scared, man. Like, to get that kind of level of something from just what would typically be the heavies is it's a really tight character piece. Well, do you like, and if you ever surfed, do you like the surf culture in this? Do you have any insight into that? I've surfed, but I don't have like any, connection to the culture in it. I don't know how tribal it is. This is for little rubber people who don't shave yet. Like, but it is that kind of. And Papa says, he's like, you've got to get out there. They have their own language, they have their own breaks, like all that kind of stuff. And it's absolutely true. I'm sure that there is a tribal quality to it. I don't know if you get punched in the face by the Chili Peppers. That seems hilarious. Like, I feel like it's the type of thing that would happen to on Bondi Beach, because everyone's a poser prick. They'd be like, bang. Either that, or they're too busy fucking looking at themselves in whatever reflective surface they happen to walk past. I mean, if Keanu Reeves was there, there wouldn't be much to compare, really, would there? He's just such a beautiful man. They just all stick their heads in the ground like ostriches. I'll just try and pump up their chest like this. But like, there's some bad things about this film. Like, it's not all perfect. Careful, son. Top 3 things. Best action movie of all time. Little touches. So, for example, the dubbing, like when they're out on the waves, and it sounds like they're like here. I'm sitting there and I'm like, that's very 90s of this film, very like ADR. Right, and you can tell it is, and it didn't take me out of it, but it was a little disconnecting from the movie. You did notice it, yeah. You did, and I think from a filmmaking perspective, I enjoyed it for the most part, especially where it was, like we talked about, it was Bodhi, it was actually Swayze up there jumping out of the planes. But then when you get to those bits, you go like, oh, this is nice. This is the 90s, isn't it? It does. It has that nice, beautiful 90s in particular nostalgia feel, which is interesting because it's only 2 years into the 90s, which is, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, adios, amigo, and he jumps out of that plane. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. I just can't. Every time I watch it, I feel like you can't. Like, if you were to show that to someone now, like a young person, they'd be like, "Oh, well, they obviously did that with computers or computers." I'm a fucking 70-year-old man, like a young. But it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because, like, I just have a note. I was like, this is. Like, the way they use technology and computers in this is an old person's way of thinking technology would work. Like, the bit where it's like, we found this hair and it had some wax on it. And I was like, no, like, that's just bullshit. Yeah. I don't know if that's how forensics would. Yeah, enhance. It is a bit enhanced, isn't it? Enhance. That's all I could think when they were doing. And 3 times that happens. 3 times. Check out our episode on Super Troopers, everybody. Enhance. Great episode. Yeah, it's, but also, like, it gets you where you need to go, like, in terms of, like, plot stuff. And there's a gag there of, like, that's how he figures out they're surfers. And Pappas is like, you're not into kinky shit, are you? And he goes, not yet. Like, it's just, there's a beautiful scene that kind of builds it. Guys, it's good banter between those two. Combing his mustache at the beach, gets sand in it, takes it off with his shoe scuffs the counter. Like, it's great. There's great banter between those two all the way through the film. I like the young and old cop dynamic between them. Excellent chemistry. And when I was younger, like, I, of course, would be like, well, I'm the Keanu. He's my proxy. But I think Gary Busey's now my proxy. Like, I don't want to fucking chase surfer dudes. I want to sit in the car and eat 2 meatball subs. Well, all right. Okay. So I'm skipping ahead to miscellaneous notes. I'll give you one very quickly now. One of my things that I did notice while I was watching it this time around, I was like, they're not very good policemen.
Full stop. FBI agents. And there's a really, you say that scene, and I'm going to bring this up now, and tell me how you feel about this. Like, this is the first time he's ever had any potential lead on these guys to get ahead of them. And this is his, like, at this point, it's almost like his life's work. This is his, like, it's Gary Busey's ambition to catch these, the presidents. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're sitting outside the bank, you know they're likely to rob, you're staking out. Why the fuck are you sitting there reading a newspaper and ordering 2 fucking Subway subs? I'm like, I'm mind blown. I'm like, this is your shot. What are you doing? And I'm like, I was tearing my hair out, and I was like, and my partner looked over at me and I was like, I'm too invested in this film.
I can't. I'm upset by their lack of professionalism as, you know, like professional police officers or FBI agents. That's how invested I am.
Saying that, the scene a little earlier you were talking about when Anthony Kiedis blows his foot off, the fact that Keanu's late to his own bust because he's having sex, brilliant. Fucking hilarious.
What a flake. Yeah. I like that scene. You know, he nearly gets killed by an old-fashioned lawnmower, which is pretty great, you know.
Brilliant.
Speak into the microphone, squid brain. Like, that's such a James Cameron line. But the thing that gets me about Busey and like the chemistry is excellent is just those two very, very different outlooks on what that job is. Like, after that raid, Keanu's in the bathroom and Pappas comes in and says, a little bit different than paper targets, isn't it? Because he's never had to kill anyone before.
Yeah.
And he's like,
It's no different, Johnny. Just a little more to clean up.
like, really practical. And then later on, he's like, I've got a hunch, I've got a feeling. He goes, yeah, well, last time you got a feeling I had to kill a guy, and I hate that. It looks bad on my report. Like, it looks bad on my report. You know what I mean? Good. Like, that kind of the practical nature of it. Or when they're standing on the hill and he's like giving up the ditch vehicle, and he's like, man, I remember this place. I've been a cop for, you know, 35 years or whatever. It's all changed. The air got dirty and the sex got clean. Like, it's just, he's so jaded, you know?
Yeah, it's great. And when he punches Dr. Cox as well, you feel that jadedness. You feel like it's taking its toll on him.
Yeah. And I hate that they kill him, and I forget it every time. Yeah, that he gets shotgunned in the back.
I'd totally forgotten that. It's funny because that final, it's like, I'm saying third act very loosely because there's like 3 parts to the third act. It's almost like broken down to chapters: the president's chase, the airport scene, and then the ending, the Mexico part. Sorry, it really goes from like, because it's like, to me, like, before that, there's action, but it's still quite low key action up to that point. Like, the hardest thing you've really seen in it is, other than the bank robbery, which isn't that violent, the original one.
Yeah, it's
probably the fight on the beach with the Antikiedis crew. And I suppose you've got the scene where they blow off Antikiedis' foot, but like, that's probably the most intense it gets. But then that final third, the final arc of the film just goes fucking hell for leather. It goes from like 70 to 200. In like no time at all. And then all of a sudden you're jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. And then all of a sudden you're in Australia. And I'm like, what? Slow down.
I think this Australia scene's more of an epilogue than anything. But it's that moment where they come down and he says, you know, he shows in the videos it's going to sting, but it's for your own personal growth or whatever. And I could never do that to her. She was my woman, but, you know, Josie is a mechanism, you know, he will
gut her like a pig. And try not to get any on his shoes, and there's nothing I can do about it unless I get there.
And after that line, that's it. You fucking the rest of the film is just,
you want me so bad it tastes like acid in your mouth. That's the whole, like, that's just like encapsulates that whole. It's beautiful. It's so good. But did you ever watch the TV show remake?
There was a TV show remake.
I feel like there was. Yeah,
I know they remade the film.
Check. Oh, is it the film remake?
There's a film version of it. Yeah, I've never seen it because fuck that. Fuck it. You can't remake Point Break. Remake Speed. I fucking dare you. And you know, it would be shithouse. That's that's one of the other 3.
It just doesn't work these days.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, and this.
Die Hard with a Vengeance is, we talked about this, my favorite Die Hard. Yeah. If you can name any actor who was in the 2015 Point Break movie, which is only a 5.3 on IMDb, I will give you something undecided yet.
Gabriel something or other. I don't know. Some Spanish dude.
I like where your brain's at, but not quite. It does have Ray Winston, who I appreciate.
Yeah, no, he's perfect for that.
He plays Papas. He plays the Gary Busey character, which I find very odd because he's very British. But this is not a good
Gary
guess.
Busey's still alive.
Yeah, bring him back. Oh, and he could have been the Dr. Cox character. That'd have been fun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Would you like some miscellaneous notes?
Please.
Excellent. Now, I appreciate all of your points around enjoying Brody and his character during this film, but while I was internalizing this after the fact, I was thinking about it and I was like, his philosophy really does not hold up to scrutiny at all, because he effectively, look, he's anti-capitalist, free spirit, rejects society rules, but then he's robbing banks and getting people killed. That is the most American thing he could have possibly done. I'm like, it's almost like a parody of and in fact, it very well may be. It's almost like a parody of those types of ideologies in a person in this film. I felt like he was so, like, it felt like it was almost a cover for who he really was underneath, which was this violent sociopath.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does have that line where he's in the car and he says, you project strength and you avoid conflict. Well, that's not what happens. Like, he wants, it's the rush, like kiss. It's always going to be that. And yeah, he sort of hides behind this sort of Taoistic or Zen-like life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like a distraction.
Mentality. Yeah, and exactly. It's all this kind of visage of him like, no, I just want to not have to work and surf all the time. Like, I want to too, motherfucker, but we got bills and shit.
I got to pay my fucking mortgage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The second one, I've actually got a couple. So the second one was simply when Utah jumps out of the plane, fabulous scene, love that by the way, jumps out, nonsense. I was like, holy fuck. And at the end, when they're he obviously catches Bodie? Why do I keep saying Brody? Catches Bodie. They end up on the floor, wrapped up in the chute, and I'm just sitting there and looking at Kat and going, kiss. Because they're in there for so long, and they're just rolling around on the floor, and you're like, what are you guys doing in there?
Do we need to devote some time to this?
What are you up to?
You're projecting your sexual faults on the audience here.
If I was in there with Keanu Reeves, I would definitely at least attempt it.
If you were in there with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze, you would be the meat in a man's sandwich.
A mandwich.
A mandwich. Tommy's in a manwich.
I'm just in there like, use me.
Use me. And you would be changed. Amazing.
If we were wrapped up in the chute though, wouldn't it be more like a burrito?
Yeah, a sex
just
burrito.
All up in there. I'm just all up in there like,
yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Two quick ones.
I hope that becomes real, that whole section.
Actually, you know what? Genie in a bottle. I've already sort of mentioned my point around the Papas ordering two subs when it's like, this is your fucking chance. I'm like, you boo, just watch the bank. Yeah. That really, really got me.
Have something that's not two-handed.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Put your newspaper down. Just for 40 seconds. Yeah. Anything.
Protein bar. Maybe a fruit cup.
Yeah, not a lemonade. A lemonade's not going to be good for you in that situation.
No, anything with a lid like that and a fucking sub. Like he at least gets a sensible tuna on rye. You can eat that with one hand if you got to pull your pistol,
but not when he's falling out of an airplane. He's got to decide between the pistol or pulling the chute.
That's true. That is the decision we all make.
Could he not just pull the chute and hold on to the? I don't know. That whole bit was a little questionable. Final one was simply, and
considering I've never held a gun or jumped out of an airplane, I don't know.
Or shot a gun. I have jumped out of an airplane. I've done skydiving. The other thing I was thinking was, and I don't know where this came from, but it's an old like adage, like almost like a riddle. But I was like, the bit when Utah does the best scene in the movie where he's on the floor going, ah! My thought was, those bullets, they don't disappear when they go up into the air. They're coming down somewhere. So somebody in that neighborhood is going to have a really bad afternoon, or maybe multiple people. Like they just all, like he full clip. There's like fucking 10 of the fuckers up there, and I was like, Jesus.
So you think there's somebody like
5 blocks away.
Like, over the reservoir, who's like, Tink, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's going to kill someone. That's not going to hurt. That's going to come down and that's going to implant in you.
Well, so surely the velocity would kind of decrease as it comes down. You know, the inertia's out, and then once it gets to the height that it can get to, I suppose it depends on how high it goes. Yeah, if it just builds up speed again.
Exactly. It's going to really, either way, it's going to really fucking hurt. And there's more paperwork to be done. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he says it to him. He's like, you don't miss. And he's like, I missed. Yeah. You emptied a whole clip. Like, you could have hit something. You could have hit something. Like,
just aim near him. Just aim over his shoulder or something. Maybe
on a tree, like just so they can find the casings and stuff and be like, okay, you gave it your best shot. He was obviously very fast.
I'm finally getting you to see my perspective on this film.
Yeah, no, well done. Well done. I must say that we're joking about it, whatever the Australia scene, but it really is a great epilogue to the entire story. You know, Keanu turns up. He's got the long hair. He's like still surfing every day, like that. He has kind of taken on the more spiritual nature of what it is, and he allows Bodhi to sort of. I'm not going to paddle to New Zealand. Like he lets him go out the way he wanted to, dying, doing something he loved. Like the arcs finished beautifully. And God damn it, my whole life, I wish I was a cop who threw their badge into the water. That's happened in a bunch of movies. I'm like, fucking, that'd be great.
I turned to my partner, and this is tell me you're nearly 40 without telling me you're nearly 40. I turned to my partner and I just went, that's littering.
You fucking square. You fucking square. That's the most beige thing I've ever heard anybody say.
Isn't it? At the end of this microcosm of the film, which is beautiful and finishes 2 arcs perfectly, I'm sitting there and I'm like, fucking littering, dude.
You know, there's fucking innocent turtles and stuff. They're going to go out there and rub themselves on that badge, and they're going to lose scales or whatever happens to turtles. Yeah.
Or they're going to find some straws and do a load of cocaine. Regan, shall we do a point quiz?
Yes.
Quiz break?
We can call it point quiz if you want.
I don't know. You always think of better names.
No. What it is Extreme Dream. I'm going to give you the name of 5 movies, the year that it came out, and you have to tell me what extreme sport.
Oh, great!
It's sort of based around, and who was the lead role, or one of the lead roles.
2 things that are going to be difficult. I can do one or the other probably. But go on, we'll try.
If you get one or the other, you get the points. So don't stress. Cool. It'd be good if you can get me both. So number 1, Vertical Limit from 2000 is about which extreme sport and stars who in the lead role? Vertical Limit.
I can't believe I'm having to think about this because I know this, but my brain has just gone completely numb. It's about rock climbing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about mountain climbing, yeah.
Mountain climbing, yeah, mountain climbing. It's Stallone, right?
No.
Who's it?
You're thinking of Cliffhanger.
I'm thinking of Cliffhanger, but I got it right anyway. But who is it?
Who's in that? Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell.
You know, from Robin and The Bachelor or some shit. Yeah, and the other one, the Scent of a Woman one.
No, I don't.
So anyway, but I mean, like, hey, even though you were thinking of the wrong movie, you still got it right. So
you know what I was thinking about that
and salutations.
You know what I was thinking about that? Because we went to New Zealand semi-recently, 2 years ago, whatever it was, and we did, really long story, very short, we did a helicopter ride to look at the glacier. And one of the guys who was in the helicopter with us was like a scout for locations for movies. And as we were flying over all these different areas and ravines, he was like, the Lord of the Rings filmed over there, Game of Thrones filmed over there. And that's where they filmed Vertical Limit. And I was like, now I know.
Great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Can we go? Or?
Oh, he wasn't flying the helicopter. He was just in with me.
Oh, just some random dude? Or
well, you don't book the whole helicopter for yourself. You book with, it's like 6 seats, and you just book your seat. So there's obviously me and the fiance and then 4 other people. And we just happened to get looking at this guy who was there who was, like super interesting and super like knowledgeable about this tiny specific area of mountain. It was great. Yeah.
Did he open the door and go and go, adios, amigo, and jump out? Because that would have been awesome.
No, but that would have been awesome. Yes, I agree.
My cat tell you, did he have a parachute on? He did not.
Wait, where's Patrick Swayze? He's not over there.
And he jumped as well, so he got fucking decapitated by the fucking. He got Twilight Zoned. It was terrible.
And then he rolled around in a big parachute with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, headless. Fucking. Yes. Anyway, where are we?
That's
what
1 point.
Okay, 1 point. Well done. Question number 2. Drop Zone from 1994. What was the extreme sport? Who was in the lead role? Drop Zone.
I mean, Drop Zone sounds like it should be some sort of parachuting / paragliding type film. So
yeah, no, I'll give you that. It is about skydiving. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say skydiving. Yes,
Yep.
It sounds skydiving.
And who's it?
Drop Zone. I've never even heard of it. So can we put it on the list? Because I really want to watch it, especially if you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Drop Zone. It sounds like it would be some shitty... Who's a rubbishy actor from the 90s who would be in something like this?
He is going to be so mad if he ever hears that. The guy.
All right, so who is it then? Tell me.
It's Wesley Snipes.
Is it Wesley Snipes? Stop it. He's way too good for a movie called fucking Drop Zone.
He was doing a lot of that stuff, you know? He was sort of
that's
like,
true.
okay, Drop Zone.
He's probably having tax problems.
Art of War, Liberty Standstill, bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, at least the other two, they got a bit of gravitas to the names of the films, but Drop Zone sounds like he's taking a big dump.
Well, I haven't watched it in a long time, so there's not out of the realm of possibility that that's
Strong
what's happening.
potential. Okay, I'll take a point for something I have no idea about.
Excellent. Number 3, Terminal Velocity from 1994, extreme sport. Who was in the lead role?
Terminal Velocity.
Terminal Velocity.
Terminal Velocity. I'm really hoping that in one of these XXX comes up. I don't know if it will because it's not like specifically.
It's not specific enough. I did look at that one.
No, it's
but
not.
No.
There's like 3. There's like snowboarding, almost skydiving. There's like a bunch in there. So I could have definitely got that
and
one.
Taking a lot of steroids is the
a
other one.
lot of steroids. That's an extreme sport in itself.
That dude cycles. He fucking does.
Jesus Christ. And he is, it's a strange film. I don't know. Terminal Velocity.
Someone sent a picture of Vin Diesel on set of the new, Fast and Furious film to a group chat I'm in, and they were kind of giving him shit for being not in the shape that he was in 2001. I'm like, the motherfucker's like 60. Like, what are you talking about?
25 years ago. None of us are.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Terminal Velocity, let me just take a guess. I'm going to go super random. It's not bobsledding because it's a bobsledding film. What are you hitting Terminal Velocity doing? You are doing something very fast. Extreme sports. What's the one where you have the fox thing on? The glide fox thing.
The luge.
Fuck it, let's say luge.
The squirrel diving.
The squirrel diving thing's the one I'm talking about. You know where you have and you jump off a fucking cliff and you...
Yeah, no, the Batman does it in the Batman.
Yeah, exactly that.
No, it's skydiving again.
Oh, boo. I thought it'd be different ones.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, no. I shot myself in the foot. Just
That's
like
all
Anthony
right.
Kiedis.
The next two are, so it's poor Anthony. Poor 1/4 of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Are there 4 members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers actually? Otherwise that joke doesn't work.
There were at one point. I don't know if there still are. They're
Because
pretty old now. I'd say Flea's at least half a
Flea's
person.
on bass.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
Flea,
the guitarist and a drummer, right?
Can we class Flea as a full person though? Like he looks like he's had far too many drugs. All the drugs. He's wasted away at least half of himself.
And yet still great.
Still going. Legend.
Okay, cool. The next 2 are about separate things.
Okay, thank God.
But we're not doubling up on these ones. Okay. Whip It from 2009. What's the extreme sport? Who's in it?
Whip It.
Whip It. Directed by Drew Barrymore.
Fuck off. That sounds terrible.
It's actually awesome. It's a really good movie.
What do you whip? I can only think of Indiana Jones off the top of my head, but what else?
Well, don't let that influence you because it's not Indiana Jones. Don't let the name of it because the next one's fucking way off the mark.
So the name is it not related to the name?
It's not related to whipping. No.
It's not like Beyblade, is it? No, I'm kidding.
No one's playing that.
That's extreme.
Not as an extreme sport.
So it's not related to the name. Let's just go like I don't know, snowboarding.
No, absolutely not. It's about roller derby.
Fucking hell, all right.
And the lead role is played by Elliot, formerly Ellen at the time, Paige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So roller derby, and that's an extreme sport we're going with.
Have you seen roller derby?
Yeah. I mean, you're not jumping out of a plane.
No, but it's pretty full on.
Okay.
It's like kind of rugby on roller skates.
Could we then call the wrestler an extreme sport because he's literally the wrestler?
No, because roller derby
entertainment.
has the added thing of like it's kind of wrestling and rugby and roller skating. Do you know what I mean? Like wrestling's just that one thing, and it's also fake. Like I know people do hurt themselves and stuff, but
you said wrestling's fake. Wait till the wrestlers come after you.
I don't give a fuck. Come at me, wrestlers. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
I think it's the outcome is predetermined. How you get there, you can just do whatever you want.
Is that right?
Anyway,
okay. Well, there you go. But anyway, roller derby is awesome to watch.
I've never watched
really
it.
fun.
I know it's supposed to be pretty violent, which is fun.
Yeah.
Fun?
Like I said, rugby with roller skates. Okay, last one. Number 5.
The wrestler.
The wrestler. No. Well, that gives it away, doesn't it? Into the Blue from 2005. I'm going to give you the star this time.
Okay.
Okay. It stars Paul Walker, our boy Paul.
Interesting.
And Jessica Alba as well in the lead roles. What is the extreme sport?
It sounds very surfy to me. It sounds like we're in a similar vibe, but yeah, I was going to say Into the Blue. So it sounds very surfy, but when you're saying Into the Blue, it sounds like you're going deeper. So I'm going to assume something along the lines of freediving.
Well done. Yes! Deep sea diving is what I had written down, but they do a lot of free diving, which is when you don't have any air tanks. It's actually a really good movie. I watched it the other day. It's just like perfect microcosm of that particular moment, especially with like Paul Walker and Jessica Alba are the best looking people in movies at the moment.
Fabulous. What year was it?
2005.
Oh yeah, that would have been a beautiful film. Almost as good as this.
It's you know what? It's on Prime. You should watch it. And just, just take your brain off.
Okay.
Turn your brain completely off.
Okay.
And just enjoy the lapping waves. Josh Brolin's in it.
Is there any point where I could go, kiss? And it would actually work?
Dozens and hundreds of them. Sometimes they do as well. And there's and the underwater photography is fucking outrageous. Like it's so good. The guy who directed Blue Crush.
Jim Cameron.
He directed, and everyone hates women. I don't know what's going on in that movie.
Isn't that strange? That's a weird theme for this show. Regan, a final question for you then.
Yes.
If you could go back to 1991, push a button, go back and do this all again, or whenever you watch this first to get that fresh experience, would you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd love to not have any kind of because I don't remember not knowing what this film was. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't remember watching it the first time and going, holy shit, like I would like to have that experience again.
Nice. I'd probably rather watch it this time because I think I got more enjoyment out of it as a nearly 40-year-old.
You and your fucking, all your weird gay panic stuff that you go through.
Always. I had a fucking great time. I was a wreck the entire movie. Guys, on that note, we just want to say thank you all for joining us for yet another fabulous episode of No Country for Old Films. I'm going to just speak over Regan laughing. We can mute him a little bit in the background. Come back next time to revisit more of the films you love. A huge thanks, as always, to the phenomenal Wiley Risso, that's WYLERISSO, for creating our wonderful podcast artwork. I'm just going to keep going. This is in the corner somewhere. You can see it. He's a legend. You can find him on Instagram. Fabulous artist. Thank you, as always, to Johnny for our beautiful music that's drowning out Regan's laughing right now. It's in the background somewhere. You're the best, Johnny. We appreciate you and all creators we work with. What's your memory of Point Break from 1991? How do you remember going back and watching this? Like, what's the movie that you love to go back and watch? What's your sick day movie? Let us know in the comments below and give us a 5-star if you think we've earned it. If we've made you laugh, if we've made you think about Point Break differently, if we made you think about Brian from the Fast and Furious differently, I don't know. Let us know in the comments below. Give us that 5 stars. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok. We're at No Country for Old Films. We're also over email. We're at nocountryforallfilms@gmail.com. You can find us everywhere. Regan, be kind, rewind, my friend.
That would be a waste of time. By the way, I was erect the whole time, not even a beat directly into the end of the show. Fucking amazing.
You're welcome.
That is world-class podcasting right there, sir. Well done.
I do my best.